So purchasing a property in the wrong neighborhood could be something you could easily regret in the future, and we don't want that to happen. So if you fit into one of these 5 categories that our agents and our partners basically voted on, and places that we would live in and we think are the best in the city, then you're in luck. So I'm gonna share with you 3 things about each of these communities: where it's located, who currently lives there and is it a fit for you, and basically why you should live there. Because if it's not a fit, we don't want you to regret buying in that neighborhood. So moving with a family is so much work. I remember when our girls were little, they would unpack boxes faster than we could pack them, and how frustrating that was. But finding the right neighborhood can be frustrating for a family, and our first category that we're talking about today is the best family-friendly neighborhoods in Calgary that we voted for. And in third spot, we have a community that is down in the southeast part of Calgary. It has a lake, it's got great access to Deerfoot, and some of the stats that happened over the last 90 days, 49% of the properties there sold at or over list price. So that means there's a lot of people that are interested and a lot of momentum, right, happening in that community. The average selling price was $517,000. The median was about $410,000, and there was about 83 sales over the last 90 days. I'm talking about Auburn Bay. Fantastic community you should check out if you have a family. Now, in number 2 location is actually a tie for number 1. So we'll talk about this one first, but this is also essentially almost right beside Auburn Bay. I'm talking about Mahogany. Mahogany is a fantastic community. It has 47% of its sales at or above list price. It currently has crime that is 34% less than the city average, according to a website that I found. And the median household income is about $151,000. It's got a ton of lakes. It's got not a ton of lakes, sorry, a ton of parks. It has a beautiful lake, and it is a great, great family area that you need to consider. And number 1 on our list, well, it's tied with Mahogany, but we're in the Northwest now, and we're in this community right here. And according to Area Vibes, which is the website I found these stats on, the crime rate is 24% less here than the city. The household median income is $135,000. It had 76% of all the properties that sold over the last 90 days were at list price or over. So there is a lot of demand for this community, and we are here in Tuscany. So what's better than something that is so luxurious? It's when it's affordable. And that is what we are talking about. If big lots, nice houses, even if they're in older neighborhoods, is what you are looking for, then these are the neighborhoods you want to know about. So number 3 on our list is actually a community we've already talked about, and that is down in the southeast, got a big lake, and it was a winner for the best family area. If you're looking for family and luxury, then you definitely need to be checking out Mahogany. Now, second place is personally one of my favorite communities, and this community is in the northwest part of city. It has an average household income of around $125,000. It has a crime rate 24% lower than the Calgary average. Huge lots, mature trees. The average sale price over the last 90 days was about $659,000, and the median was about $680,000. And 56% of the sales over the last 90 days basically sold at or over list price. And I'm talking about Edgemont. So the number 1 voted affordable luxury community in Calgary that we voted for is up here in the northwest part of Calgary. It has 41% of the properties sold at or above list price in the last 90 days. The average sale price is about $878,000. Median household income here is about $146,000. It has crime that's 43% less than the average in the city, and huge lots, beautiful homes, a lot of stucco, and I'm talking about Hamptons. So having your dollar stretch is so important in this market, and this award, these neighborhoods, we voted for the best bang for your buck. And so these 3 neighborhoods are places you are going to want to know about if trying to figure out and stretch your dollar is really, really important. Number 3 is down in the southeast, and it's the only one of these 3 that actually has a lake. It's right beside Fish Creek Park. The average sale price over the last 90 days was $391,000. Median was about $312,000. There's 18 sales over the last 90 days, and 62% of the properties sold at list price or above over the last 90 days as well. The median household income here is $84,000, and the crime is 14% higher than the average in the city. And I'm talking about Midnapore, and this is a fantastic community down in the south. Now, in number 2 is also down south, but it's in the southwest. So this community has a median household price for the last 90 days sale price of $544,000. The average was about $459,000. There was 31 sales that happened over the last 90 days, and 52% of those sold at or above list price. So there's multiple offers happening here. The crime is actually 11% higher than what the city's average is. It's got great parks, good location to a lot of amenities, and I'm talking about Somerset. This is a great community if you're looking for affordability. Now, the number 1 community, it has a little free library in it, and it's where we are right now. This community had 72% of the properties sell at or over list price, so there's a lot of demand, a lot of people looking to buy here. The median household income is $107,000, and the crime is only about 3% higher, so it's a lot safer than the other two. And this one has a lot of parks, great amenities, great location to get wherever you need to in the city. And we're talking about Coventry Hills. Walking is such a great thing to do, and why not try to find a community that you can go walking in? So what we voted for was the best walking communities in Calgary, and we got 3 of them for you today. So the first one is a community that is on the north side of the river. It has a median household income of $100,000. Crime is actually 20% lower than the average in Calgary. It had a sale price of $667,000. That was the average over the last 90 days. The median sale price was $695,000. 36% of the properties there sold at or above list over the last 90 days. And we're talking about Kensington. Now, in number 2, we ended up having 29% of these places sell at or above list price. The median household income was $85,000 there, and the crime rate was 10% higher than the average in Calgary. The average price was, $380,000 over the last 90 days. And we're talking about Mission, so a lot of condos, but very, very walkable. And it's right by the river, so it's a fantastic place if you want to be close to the river. Well, and here we are in the number 1 spot. You've got a lot of different kind of shops. We've got a lot of things you can walk to. There's a lot of condos in this area too. $84,000 is the average, the median household income here. The average sale price over the last 90 days was $340,000, and only about 27% of the properties are selling at or above list price. So it's a different market. Some of these neighborhoods on these lists are way, way higher than that. And these are mainly condos in this area. And where we are, as you can tell by the noise, we're in Belline. So we asked our team, what are some incredible neighborhoods in Calgary that really just don't get a lot of airtime? You know, they're not featured all the time. And man, did they deliver. So here are 3 incredible neighborhoods. If you just want to find something unique, different, and fun, man, sometimes they're cheap and some of them are really expensive. You're in for a treat. So coming in at number 3 is a fantastic community that has 9th Ave actually going through the middle of it almost. It has some incredible shops, some incredible shopping, and some really unique condos, as well as infills and some larger lots and homes as well. The community had a median household income, roughly around $92,000. Crime is about 4% higher than the average in the city, and the 42% is how many homes sold at or above list price over the last 90 days. The average sale price there over the last 90 days was $434,000, and the median sale price was $366,000. And that community is a fantastic one, and I'm talking about Inglewood. So coming in at number 2 is a fantastic community that has a ton of character, big lots, massive ravine that goes right down to the river in the northwest part of Calgary. It had a median household income of about $108,000. The crime is about 5% lower than the city average, and it had 81% of all the properties sell at or over list price over the last 90 days. So it's in huge demand right now. The average sale price was about $688,000, and the median is actually higher at $738,000. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know that this is a fantastic community, and it doesn't get talked about very much, but I'm talking about Silver Springs. Coming in at number 1, we are in this incredible community, and truth be told, it's not talked a lot about because the price points are really, really high. There's not a lot of houses. It's in a fantastic location where you literally 1 or 2 streets back over there can get to the Glenmore Reservoir. This community only had about 2 sales in the last 90 days. It only has 2 active listings in here right now, and the median household income is $283,000. Crime is 60% lower than the city average, and there's actually a home for sale here that is asking $7.9 million right now. And this community is so unique, massive lots, huge trees, and every single home actually feels very, very unique in its own style and feel. I'm talking about Eagle Ridge, and Eagle Ridge is a fantastic neighborhood if you can get into it and if you have the budget for it. Some of these communities we talked about today could be good options, but if you're looking for a newer feel, newer style of home, then you are going to want to try to figure out where that is, and you'll definitely want to go check out this video up here.